Welcome to Elevate eCommerce, the podcast where we elevate your e-commerce game. Join our host, Hi Mag, CEO of Eva, as he shares the latest strategies in Amazon, omnichannel, and advertising. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting, Hi's insights and expert interviews will help you thrive in the e-commerce world. Tune in for practical tips and transformative success stories to elevate your business to new heights.
Welcome, everyone. This is the second episode of Elevate eCommerce with Hi. So I have a great guest today. It's a distinct pleasure to have Andrew with us. And Andrew and I are working together for quite a bit of a time. So I'm really honored to work with him. And he's delivering great value to Eva and all brands on Amazon, Walmart, Wayfair, Fair. So he's like a great omnichannel expert. So we are very happy to have him. So welcome, Andrew.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Hi, happy to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. So maybe we can start by introducing yourself. So please tell us about you.
Yes, absolutely. So I was an Amazon seller for over 10 years, and then I transitioned into private consulting, and eventually I joined an agency where I was a brand manager and an account director on the operations team. And then recently, about 8 months ago, I came over to Eva, and it's been amazing just using AI and technology to help customers grow on all different channels. And I'm really helping to guide customers to success and squeeze every dime of profitability out of these marketplaces. Because, it's gotten less profitable over the years. So we have to have the right tech and strategy to make it profitable. Otherwise, what's the point?
Absolutely. So, one of the things that I like with Andrew, like myself and the co-founder of Eva, Barry, we also went through the Amazon jungle for almost 6-7 years before starting Eva 4 years ago. And having that Amazon experience is extremely important because then you can build your knowledge bottom up, because everything starts with really calculating bit by bit, like what are these FBA fees or advertising fees, cost per click. You need to know every single detail in order to become profitable and also to maximize your profit on Amazon. So thanks for that introduction, Andrew. Now, the Elevate eCommerce is very much focused on omnichannel and advertising. So with your decade of Amazon experience, now you are also working for Eva, which is very much dedicated to an AI-powered methodology. So everything we do, there is a bit of an AI. And it's real AI, because one of the things, I'm a computer engineer myself, and I got really surprised when people talk about AI and then they talk about some rules or maybe a combination of rules, but not real AI, because a real AI system means a learning system. And one of the areas that we leverage AI a lot is advertising. So that's really important. So what is your advertising strategy, Andrew? What do you think the Amazon brands need to do in order to be successful with advertising at a high level?
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely an AI-based strategy, but it all starts with knowing your numbers, right? So most of the clients that come to me, they really don't have any idea if they're making a profit. On Amazon, they don't know any of their statistics, and they're just using Excel spreadsheets or nothing. They're really kind of going in blind. So it starts with understanding where we are right now, all of our metrics, and using that analytics to guide us to what are our next steps that we should be taking to grow sales and profitability. So I like to look at things like, am I getting enough impressions? Are my ads showing, right? Do I need to raise bids in order to get more impressions? And then, even if I have millions of impressions, if I look at the click-through rate and I see there's a low percentage, like a lot of the clients come to me and they have 0.1% CTR, then I know we're wasting those impressions. We're not driving clicks and traffic to our listings. So let's look at upgrading the main image. or the price and reviews, but probably just mainly the main image. And then, let's say I'm getting all this traffic to the listing, but it's not converting. Then, and I see I have a low conversion rate. Then what can I do on the listing to really seal the deal? A lot of people are focused just on the advertising side, like bid optimization, and they're not even thinking about design or copywriting. Well, I believe that's half of the strategy, right? So we can drive all this traffic to the listings, but if we're not converting it, then our ACoS is going to be really high. So I want to look at that main image, secondary images, and the A+ content, and make sure I'm showing the person that's visiting the listing that you're in the right place, right? This is the product that you're looking for. It has everything that you want, and it has nothing that you don't want. We have to seal the deal. We have to close the sale. And if we can do that, then our costs are going to be lower, and the algorithm's going to see that we are driving relevant traffic, not junk traffic to our listings, and it's going to increase our visibility on Amazon.
Absolutely. So just to summarize, I mean, you kind of point out the importance of CTR and CVR, and maybe getting impressions is easy. It's not, but it's costly. And if you pay, you can get the impressions. But if your CTR and CVR are not good enough, then your advertising strategy will not be good enough too. One of the reasons why we believe that PPC only agencies or just focusing on PPC is not enough. We are not saying that focus on conversion alone, but the PPC itself needs to have that conversion focus, meaning that whomever is like already responsible for PPC, and in our case, it's the expert and the AI, needs to know whether the CTR and the CVR make sense or not, or if can you improve the CVR better. I just want to give an example here. If you're able to improve the CVR by 1 point from 10% to 11%, your ACoS may drop by 10%. So there is a huge impact of having a conversion-focused strategy. So that is great. Now, you have a lot of experience as well personally. Maybe if you can share a case study or a success or a failure in that e-commerce business that you have, like if you can share with us a real story.
Absolutely. So at Eva, we had a bedsheets client, and before hiring us, they had declining sales. And really their challenge and their struggle was with PPC, both the complexity of managing it in-house and managing it manually, and it wasn't profitable. So we came in with our tech, our AI that's doing 60 to 70% of the work, and it's ran by experts who strategize with the brand about how to beat the competitors and grow market share profitably. And that brand consistently saw 250% increases in sales. It also saw a 29% boost in conversion rate, and we 5 times profits.
Amazing results. And that's why, our customers stick with us for a very long time. Without the results, it's hard. The relationships are important. Posting on LinkedIn or, doing things and videos, everything is fine. But at the end of the day, if you're not able to show the results to the customers in a few months, it will not work. And that's kind of one of the things that we focus as a client success strategy to make sure that they are successful. Let's go a little bit deeper, Andrew, to maybe some of the advertising techniques that you may find very useful in this crowded market. So everybody is doing PPC, for example. What type of tips you can give to us about your advertising techniques?
Absolutely. And go beyond kind of what we've already touched on. Let's talk more about AI. So we are competing with other AI, but we're also competing with a lot of people who are behind the times and are just using a manual PPC, right? So we are AI-based advertising at Eva, and AI is capable of hourly bid optimization. It can even change the price of your product every day as well, right? So if you think about one product, it may need 100 campaigns. And those campaigns, if we're optimizing them every hour, that's 2,400 updates per day. So how can a manual PPC manager keep up with us? We're working 24 hours a day. Right? They're coming in maybe 2 to 3 times a week to optimize everything. So in the meantime, we have optimized the bids for what it should be at this exact hour. And we are even negating keywords as soon as they should be negated, not 2 or 3 days from now.
That's a great point. So using AI, I think you give a great example, which is that hourly bid optimization, which is available on Amazon. But I think the key point here is also to have a profit-driven hourly bid optimization strategy. Because if it's not profit-driven, and a lot of our customers saw that before with the Prime Day, Prime Days are great in terms of revenue. But I always ask this question, did you really make money during the Prime Day? I'm sure Amazon made a lot of money, but it's not very clear if the customers, if the brands really make money. So the profit-driven hourly bid optimization strategy supported by a daily update of pricing sounds to me an amazing technique. So thanks for sharing that. That's more Amazon related, obviously, as Amazon platform is much more advanced compared to the other marketplaces. What do you think about the omni-channel in general? Like how important it is to have an omni-channel approach to be successful in the e-commerce? What should be the right strategy there?
Definitely, I believe in an omni-channel approach. I mean, if you're only on Amazon, you really don't have a business. Amazon can shut you down at any moment, and you're playing by their rules in their sandbox. So a real business means that we are on other channels. But what I want to stress also is that I always tell people that come to me with an unoptimized Amazon presence, and if they think that, okay, let's just go ahead and open up a TikTok shop and a Walmart store, etc., and that's going to fix their problems, it's not going to. So let's first focus on Amazon. Let's get Amazon where it needs to be. Let's get it as profitable as possible, and let's be a successful Amazon brand. And then we can think about other channels. Because if you think about it, where do most people go to search for a product? They could go to Google, they could go to another marketplace, but 65% of the time they're going to Amazon to research that product. And if they don't see a good experience on Amazon, then they are probably not going to purchase that product. But if they do see a good experience, then they're going to go to their favorite channel and they're going to make the purchase there. And it's another statistic is that it takes 7 touches for a person to decide to purchase a product if they're not aware of that brand. So if we can be all over the internet and we're showing them us on all these different channels, then we can hit them. We can get those 7 touches quicker, and then eventually they will go ahead and make that purchase on their favorite platform.
Absolutely. So I like that you mentioned the Amazon first strategy. To most of our customers, we also tell them like at least have a $30,000 business on Amazon and then start looking at expansion because your product needs to be already proven, already be successful on Amazon. If it is not, there is already a problem that you need to fix with the product, with the images, with the audience. There is something that you need to fix. And then you can expand to other channels as well. So back to advertising, it's a kind of an area which we see new updates pretty much every week, like things are changing within the advertising world. Is there any new advertising techniques that you have seen becoming successful, Andrew?
Well, I always love to talk about new techniques and to get that question, and I will answer that, but I do want to mention that you should focus on the basics first. If we don't have PPC down, then let's not think about going to DSP yet, which is what I'm going to talk about. But if you're spending, maybe $50,000 on PPC spend, then let's talk about going over to DSP. And DSP is not even available on Amazon through Seller Central. You need to have a $25,000 monthly budget to access it. But if you go through someone like us at Evo, we have a DSP seat that we acquired recently. And so now we're onboarding all these new clients to DSP, and it has been extremely profitable. The ROIs are insane. What it is targeting audiences instead of search terms. And we can even follow audiences around. We can target specific demographics, or we can retarget specific audiences. Maybe they're in market for one of our competitors' brands. Well, we can get them to consider and purchase our brand first. Or maybe they have made a purchase from a competitor, but that was 30 days ago and it's time to repurchase. Let's see if we can convert them to a buyer of our product. And then maybe they're a buyer of our product already, but they haven't made a purchase in 30 days. So let's bring them back, make a purchase, or consider a different product in our line.
That's a great technique, like especially categories like CPG, where subscribe and save is very important. And we see that the consumer habits are changing every day. A lot of people, including myself, are very much into the subscribe and save now. Then you need to really address this repeat purchase behavior, and DSP is a great way to do that. The other thing that you mentioned is everybody is doing PPC. It's like a crowded beach, but then DSP is like less people are doing it, which means it's a great competitive strategy for you to win more. And each time when we start DSP, we see a lot better ROI, a lot better return on investment compared to PPC. But you need to have data. So it's not something that you do when you launch a new product. You need to be at a certain level. There has to be some sales velocity so that the data can tell DSP what to do next. So thanks a lot for that, Andrew. My next question would be like, whatever we do with advertising, that's the key. We know that. But at the end of the day, the target, the outcome is mostly about increasing the profits. Can you please share your strategy? Like, how do you focus on increasing profits?
Well, first you have to know how much you're profiting right now and how much you're making. So profit analytics first, and then using AI. So we talked about earlier, hourly bid optimizations, day parting. Let's target the right audience at the right time. Let's not waste clicks whenever it's not going to convert. And let's negate keywords immediately. And let's decrease, if it's a high traffic time, let's increase bids. Let's make sure we're showing at those times. And then whenever it's a low traffic time, we're going to tone it down. And there's also, I'd love to talk about profitability another time when we don't just talk about advertising, because there are so many strategies and it's the name of the game. And that's what EVA is all about, by the way.
Absolutely. We believe very much in profits, although we know there might be three objectives at the end: growth, profit, maybe increasing market share. But without the profit, even growing without the profit doesn't make any sense. We always see that after a certain period of time, the companies which are growing without profits, they start to see the decline. So you talked about AI. We already mentioned the hourly bid optimization. That's one of the great things that EVA AI is delivering as a profit-driven AI optimization. What other roles you think AI can play, not only specific to advertising, but in general to be successful on e-commerce?
Yeah, well, I'd like to go back to the example of the bed sheets client, right? So their sales were declining, and it was too complex and it wasn't profitable. Doing PPC manually using their in-house management. So really what we did was we brought in the technology, right? The AI is doing 60 to 70% of the work, right? And the other 30% is done by the expert. So these experts, they can strategize with you about how to beat your competitors, how to grow market share profitably. They're not weighed down with menial tasks, right? So you're not hiring someone that's just going to go in and optimize bids and just going to be doing tedious tasks that you could have outsourced to the Philippines or to India or anywhere else. The AI is doing most of the work, and really you're hiring like a C-level executive that has the vision that they're just thinking about how can we beat everybody else, right? They're not just sitting there and doing the things that we could pay someone $5 an hour to do.
That's right. I think the VA strategies are obsolete. Like with the introduction of AI, we believe, for example, if a customer is using EVA, we don't see too much of work that needs to be done by the VAs. most likely it will be more effective and even less cost, and it will scale. And that is one of the key points about using human workforce, because it doesn't scale even if it's VAs. So thanks a lot, Andrew. This was like an amazing Q&A, and we really benefited from your insights. Maybe my last question to you is, what is that single e-commerce hack that you would like to share with our audience?
I'm going to repeat it again. It is the profit analytics. Let's understand where we are right now. Let's let the analytics tell us what is the next right decision about what we should be doing to optimize sales and profitability. And then the other hack would be CTR. We can do another time where we really demonstrate what you're doing with like a main image to get more clicks. We can put, let's say it's a supplement, and it's made out of apples, vegetables, fruits, etc. You can put those around the product to make it appetizing, to stand out in the clicks. You can avoid the terms of service. We're not going to violate that. So let's think about, okay, we can't put words in the white space around an image, but what if we put the packaging in the image, and then we put what benefits that we want someone to buy the product because of, put them on the packaging, and let's put in big, bold letters a main search term, right? So if someone types in pet supplement, or they type in vegan protein powder, and they're scrolling through the search results, and they don't know which one is really a vegan protein powder, and then they see ours, it says vegan protein powder in big letters, and it says bulk up healthy and stay healthy, and then they're going to click on ours instead of the competitors as we're standing out.
Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. So I see like two hacks here. One is the key is to know your profits, and that needs to be accurate information, because one of the things that we always see in the market with software products is the profit information is not accurate, especially at the product level. And we understand that it's not that easy to fetch all the data from Amazon APIs and consolidate, reconcile, and display it in the right way to the customer. We believe we do that. We spend millions of dollars into R&D. There is another key thing that we provide that profit analytics service at a $25 a month cost. So it's nothing, because it's kind of our give back to the Amazon society and Walmart and all the other marketplaces. So that's, I think, important. And the second thing you mentioned is the CTR. You give some great examples how to focus on the CTR and improve it. So it's not only about AI, but also about the graphic design, SEO. That's one of the reasons where we have a very strong graphic design and SEO team that helps the customers if they don't have anyone in-house. So thank you very much, Andrew. This was a great conversation. I really enjoyed it, and I wish you success. So thanks a lot for being our guest.
Thank you, Hi. It's great being here.
Thank you.